Mate, I'm the Dusty Bogan.
There you go.
What's your name?
Yeah, Crowy.
Crowy. Sweet. I seen your could I have a look at the back of your shirt? Have a look at that. What a legend. Thanks, mate. So you're a veteran. You're out here, mate. I'm here just showing my respect for you guys. You know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good on
Yeah,
you.
no worries.
Where did you serve?
East Timor, Solomon Islands, Iraq, Afghanistan.
Wow, you've seen a lot of action.
Yeah, a couple of tours.
Man, good on you, mate. So I was thinking, like, I see you've got your death badge there. I seen some crap in the news or media. They were saying they want to get rid of him.
Oh, yeah, that's Casper.
Casper.
That's our emblem.
Yeah.
So I think the current CDF wants to remove a lot of that stuff from Army. So it doesn't really affect us, as in, he has no jurisdiction over us, but we're still not happy about it because for a lot of us, those were the symbols that we served under in war, and some of those emblems and symbols date even back to the Vietnam conflict. And there's a lot of units out there. I was in the infantry, so a lot of our heritage comes from the Vietnam War, and some of those things like the Phantom and the Punisher, the Grim Reaper, all of those things, they have a history dating back to Australian soldiers in Vietnam. So yeah, I think at a historical level they shouldn't be removing it, and personally I think it's storming a teacup.
Storming a teacup, mate. It's political correctness going mad, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's almost daily basis nowadays.
It's a daily basis, mate. That's why I do this, because I just get amazed by the amount of crap we're seeing, and then the common man, our voices, we're not being heard in the mainstream media. It's like they're trying to take these little offended minorities and us like saying, oh, we're going to look after you, wrap you in cotton wool. And you know what? I think they're just blind to reality, Maybe they should come out of their ivory towers and then see the reality of life, It's not easy, is it? It's not easy in war. Like, you need a bit of motivation as tough men in a hard situation, fighting for freedom and fighting for your flag, fighting for your nation,
Oh, it's, a great majority of us are taught when, we first joined the ADF, Army, Navy, Air Force. Yep. We take great pride in our emblems and the historical value of them, the history of them. I mean, some of our emblems, they date back to before the First World War. We take pride in wearing them, we take pride in having them. I can't show you, but I have tattoos on my body that are, military symbols and stuff like that, things that I was very proud to have worn, still proud to wear. Obviously, I haven't tatted on my body, so I don't think political correctness should be coming into it. I think, like I said, the historical value of it should be more important.
Yeah, and then we see, I see how they're lowering the standards so women can get in, and I think it should be meritocracy. It should be if you're tough enough, you should be able to get in. You know what I mean? But to lower the standards, is that disrespectful to the people who have served, or how do you feel about it?
Well, not so much disrespectful. I mean, during my time in the infantry, they didn't have females in. They've since let them in. I have no problem with that. I've said doesn't matter, what your your heritage, nationality, male, female. Yeah. You can be a Martian from outer space.
If you've got a heart to serve.
Yeah, if you can do the job, then come on board.
Yeah.
But they've got to be realistic. At the end of the day, there's certain jobs that have a certain job to perform.
Yeah.
And if you can do it, great. But if you can't do it, then you shouldn't be there. And that is from me saying male and female.
Yeah, male and female. If you can't do the job.
Plenty of males, if they can't do the job, then you can't do the job.
Yeah, it's putting people's lives at risk in a hot situation,
Well, I was always raised, by my family, it's quality, not quantity. I mean, obviously, if, we need to recruiting numbers up and stuff like that. I don't think lowering the standards is the way to go, because then it's better to have 10 really good soldiers than 100 not so good.
Yeah.
Because that 100's not going to make the same impact as the 10. So back to what I was saying, if you can do the job and you've got what it takes, physically, mentally, intelligence level too, because a lot of misconception, the Army's just full of dumb, uneducated people.
Yeah.
Where that's not true at all. Some of the smartest people I've ever met have worn the same uniform that I wore. But if you've got what it takes, and you've got it in here to serve, then by all means go to your nearest recruiting office, sign up, go and do your bit. But if you don't have what it takes, there's plenty of other things to do. I'm a father. I say to my kids all the time, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not breaking the law, you're doing something you enjoy and you're a contributing member of society, be who you want to be.
Yeah, that's right. I often think like I'm a concreter and I'm working away concrete. I'm like, it can get tough. It's hot and you're in the uniform. And I often think to myself, I've got mates in the military and I think in the military, it's got to be a hard way to earn money. Like you've got to have a heart to do it. Like I work a physical job, but I don't think I think to myself, like, that's a hard job. That's something, it takes heart. It takes heart to want to do it, to sign up, to do the training and to put yourself, you're going to go to combat. That's the heart of it.
Well, it sounds like a cliche, but it actually rings true. It all comes down to mateship. I mean, great majority of us, we love this country. I'm 38 years old. I've had 38 good years in this country. And in my time in the military, I've seen how very different my life could have been had I been born in another country. Yeah. And we're very lucky here. When they say it's the lucky country, it really rings true. And, pride in your nation and wanting to do something that's bigger than yourself. That was for me. I wanted to join because something that was bigger than me. It was more than just where I grew up and the football team that I followed. And, which celebrity said what on television. And then once you're in, it really is the mateship. It's that you hear it a lot on the sporting field, like at Origin time and stuff, not letting your mates down. Well, I can tell you in the Defence Force, that is pretty much the fuel that we run on. A number of times people would ask me, they've said, "Oh, you've been in the Army so long, why are you still in? Why are you still going? Why are you still doing it?" I say, "Because my mates are. I'm not letting my mates down any more than they're going to let me down." And, that's the thing. But like you touched on, you said it's a harder job. Yes and no. There are aspects of it that are not your normal run-of-the-mill jobs, but there are also aspects of it that there are jobs out there that I couldn't do. I did 13 and a half years in the infantry, but there are jobs out there that I wouldn't even, day one I wouldn't be able to do it. I think,
But they get to clock off after 8 hours. That's what I think. I think I'm hot and dirty and I'm like, clock off, have a beer, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? And I think
somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
You can't clock off, how can you? You can't clock off and have a beer. Not in the same sense that a concreter just leaves it. I just leave it at the workplace.
Well, I've always figured if I'm not going to do it, someone else has got to do it.
I reckon you're a hero, mate, a patriot. I appreciate your chat and
thank you for your support.
Cheers, mate. Legend.